Donald, you have one of the landmark buildings down in the financial district, 40 Wall Street. Did you have any damage, or what's happened down there?
Well, it was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest.
What do we want the men and women who work with us to say when we're no longer there?
I'm really rich.
Or that we stop to ask if a sick child had gotten better.
The woman has a baby on our land in the United States. Now we have to take care of that baby for 85 years. That baby becomes a citizen. And I said, it can't be.
Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers.
Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims' pride.
It's not been easy for me. It has not been easy for me. And, I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. I came into Manhattan.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
The American dream is dead.
If you're born here, you're an American. Period. Period.
Many lawyers are saying that's not the way it is.
Not too long ago, two friends of mine were talking to a Cuban refugee, a businessman who had escaped from Castro. And in the midst of his story, one of my friends turned to the other and said, "We don't know how lucky we are." And the Cuban stopped and said, "How lucky you are. I had some place to escape to."
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
I also want to speak tonight directly to Muslims throughout the world. We respect your faith. Its teachings are good and peaceful.
But that same principle must apply to Muslim perceptions of America.
They asked me, what do you think about waterboarding, Mr. Trump? I said, I love it. The only thing is we should make it much tougher than waterboarding.
What kind of a peace do I mean, and what kind of a peace do we seek?
I would bomb the shit out of them.
Not a Pax Americana, enforced on the world by American weapons of war.
But I'm good at war, really good at war. I love war in a certain way.
I am talking about genuine peace, the kind of peace that makes life on earth worth living. Not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time.
Of course I hate these people, and let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need.
You can be filled with bitterness and with hatred. We can move in that direction as a country, or we can make an effort, as Martin Luther King did, to understand.
I'd really much rather have a statue in Washington, D.C.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
I want a statue in Washington, D.C. Maybe share it with Jefferson or something.
We are the country of tomorrow. Our revolution did not end at Yorktown. More than 2 centuries later, America remains on a voyage of discovery, a land that has never become, but is always in the act of becoming.